Madhouse.
Madhouse.
It's like a madhouse in here.
Madison Avenue.
Madison Avenue.
Madison Avenue marketing techniques.
Madly.
Madly.
She fell madly in love with him.
Suddenly, I felt madly jealous.
The sign swung madly in the wind.
Madman.
Madman.
He drives like a madman. Mad money.
Mad money.
Madness.
Madness.
It would be madness to drive all that way on your own.
Cutting down the forest is sheer madness.
His family has a history of madness.
In a moment of madness, I agreed to have the party at my house.
Madonna.
Madonna. Madonna.
Madrasa.
Madrasa.
Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Madwoman.
Madwoman.
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
A maelstrom of conflicting emotions. A spinning maelstrom of rain swept around the mountain.
Maestro.
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 Mafia.
Mafia.
The medical mafia.
Mafioso.
Mafioso.
Mag.
Mag.
Music mags.
Magazine.
Magazine.
A glossy fashion magazine.
She's the editor of a popular woman's magazine.
A magazine article.
She glanced over the magazine racks. She glanced over the magazine racks.
A local news magazine programme.
Magenta.
Magenta.
Maggot.
Maggot.
Magi.
Magi.
Magic.
Magic.
Do you believe in magic?
Paris has lost some of its magic for me over the years.
The magic of Christmas.
As if by magic, the waiter suddenly appeared with a tray of drinks.
The warm weather and the beautiful scenery began to work their magic, and she started to relax.
A book of magic spells.
A magic sword. His best magic trick is sawing a lady in half.
The magic words £1,000,000 will get everyone's attention. The magic words £1,000,000 will get everyone's attention.
What's the magic word then, Katie?
She's got a magic touch with babies.
She didn't want to spoil this magic moment.
His outspokenness denied him access to the magic circle, and he was never given high office. His outspokenness denied him access to the magic circle, and he was never given high office.
Did you have a good time? Yeah, it was magic. I wish I could magic us away to a warm beach.
Magical.
Magical.
That magical evening we spent together.
Magical powers.
Magic bullet.
Magic bullet.
There's no magic bullet for school reform.
Magic carpet.
Magic carpet.
Magic eye.
Magic eye.
Magician.
Magician.
Magic lantern.
Magic lantern.
Magic marker.
Magic marker.
Magic mushroom.
Magic mushroom.
Magic wand.
Magic wand.
I wish I could just wave a magic wand and make everything all right.
Magisterial.
Magisterial.
His magisterial voice.
His magisterial study of the First World War.
Magistracy.
Magistracy.
Magistrate.
Magistrate.
Magistrates' court.
Magistrates' court.
Magma.
Magma.
Magna cum laude. Magnanimous.
Magnanimous.
A magnanimous gesture.
Magnate.
Magnate.
A powerful media magnet.
Magnesia.
Magnesia.
Magnesium.
Magnesium.
Magnet.
Magnet.
The region has become a magnet for small businesses.
She drew men to her like a magnet.
Magnetic.
Magnetic.
Magnetic forces.
A magnetic bulletin board.
Magnetic disc.
Magnetic disc.
Magnetic field.
Magnetic field.
The Earth's magnetic field.
Magnetic media.
Magnetic media.
Magnetic north.
Magnetic north.
Magnetic pole.
Magnetic pole.
Magnetic resonance imaging.
Magnetic resonance imaging.
Magnetic tape.
Magnetic tape.
Magnetism.
Magnetism.
His personal magnetism.
Magnetize.
Magnetize.
His dark flashing eyes seem to magnetize her.
Magneto.
Magneto.
Magnet school.
Magnet school.
Magnificat.
Magnificat.
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
A magnificent performance.
The 12-mile coastline has magnificent scenery.
She looked magnificent in a long red dress.
Magnifier.
Magnifier.
Magnify.
Magnify.
At the Sheffield Arena, the speakers were magnified 10 times on a giant screen.
A public address system magnifies all the little noises and coughs.
The report tends to magnify the risks involved.
The results of economic mismanagement were magnified by a series of natural disasters.
Magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass.
Magnitude.
Magnitude.
They didn't seem to appreciate the magnitude of the problem.
We did not think the cuts would be of this magnitude. We did not think the cuts would be of this magnitude.
An increase of this order of magnitude. An increase of this order of magnitude.
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Magnum.
Magnum.
A 44 Magnum.
Magnum opus.
Magnum opus.
Magnum. Magnum opus.
Magpie.
Magpie.
Magstripe. Magstripe. Magstripe.
Maharaja.
Maharaja.
Maharani.
Maharani.
Maharishi.
Maharishi.
Mahatma.
Mahatma.
Mahjong.
Mahjong.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
Mahout.
Mahout.
Maid.
Maid.
A kitchen maid.
Maiden.
Maiden.
Maiden aunt.
Maiden aunt.
Maidenhead.
Maidenhead.
Maidenly.
Maidenly.
Maidenly modesty.
Maiden name.
Maiden name.
Maid of honor.
Maid of honor.
Maidservant.
Maidservant.
Mail.
Mail.
You shouldn't read other people's mail.
He found a mountain of mail waiting for him.
She promised to forward my mail to my new address.
He gets sacks of fan mail. He gets sacks of fan mail.
Hate mail.
The mail here's really slow and unreliable. The product will be sold mainly through the mail. The product will be sold mainly through the mail. I'll put the check in the mail tomorrow. I'll put the check in the mail tomorrow. Did you send the document by mail? I sent my application by registered mail. Most reports are sent via internal mail.
I check my mail a couple of times a day. She's just received another mail message from them.
The weekly newsletter is mailed to women all over the country. Can you mail it to me as an attachment?
The department has just mailed out 300,000 notices.
Mailbag.
Mailbag.
Mail bomb.
Mail bomb.
Mailbox.
Mailbox.
Mail carrier.
Mail carrier.
Mail drop.
Mail drop.
Mailer.
Mailer.
Mailing. Mailing.
A catalogue and order form are included with this mailing. A catalogue and order form are included with this mailing. A mailing had gone out to every school in the country. A mailing had gone out to every school in the country.
A very effective mailing of product samples was carried out last year.
Mailing costs.
Mailing list.
Mailing list.
I have included you on my mailing list for new EFL software.
Mailman.
Mailman.
Mail order.
Mail order.
It is available by mail order from Green Life Products.
A mail order catalogue.
Mail shot.
Mail shot.
We're sending out a mail shot telling our customers about our new products. Mail slot.
Mail slot.
Mail train.
Mail train.
Maim.
Maim.
Landmines still kill or maim about 300 people every month.
Main.
Main.
The main reason for living in Spain is the weather.
What do you consider to be the main problem?
Our main concern is that the children are safe. A summary of the main points of the agreement.
The main aim of the meeting.
The main bedroom.
I'll meet you outside the main entrance.
As long as you're not hurt, that's the main thing.
The main thing is not to panic.
The report found that many of Yorkshire's water mains needed replacing. The report found that many of Yorkshire's water mains needed replacing.
A burst gas main.
You can run the torch off batteries or plug it into the mains. You can run the torch off batteries or plug it into the mains.
Make sure that the television is turned off at the mains.
The heater will run off mains gas or bottled gas. The heater will run off mains gas or bottled gas.
Their job in the main consisted of cleaning and maintaining the building. Their job in the main consisted of cleaning and maintaining the building.
Main clause.
Main clause.
Main course. Main course.
What are you going to have for your main course?
Starter, main course and dessert. Starter, main course and dessert.
Main drag.
Main drag.
The restaurants that line the main drag.
Mainframe.
Mainframe.
If a problem does occur, a signal is automatically sent to the mainframe.
Mainland.
Mainland.
Flights between a Greek island and the mainland. Terrorist attacks both in Northern Ireland and on the mainland. Mainland Britain.
Main line.
Main line. The main line to Moscow.
A mainline station.
Main line.
Mainline.
Mainline politics. He was mainlining heroin. He was mainlining heroin.
Mainly.
Mainly.
Her illness was caused mainly by stress. The workforce is mainly made up of women.
I don't go out much, mainly because I have to look after the kids.
Increased sales during the summer were mainly due to tourism. Increased sales during the summer were mainly due to tourism.
We talked about various things, work mainly.
Mainmast.
Mainmast.
Main road.
Main road.
We live just off the main road.
The main road from Bern to Lausanne.
Mainsail.
Mainsail.
Mainspring.
Mainspring.
Christian faith was the mainspring of Peter's life.
Small companies are the mainspring of the British economy. Mainstay.
Agriculture is still the mainstay of the country's economy.
She was the mainstay of the team.
Mainstream.
Mainstream.
Environmental ideas have been absorbed into the mainstream of European politics.
Genet started as a rebel, but soon became part of the literary mainstream.
Deaf children can often be included in mainstream education.
The mainstream political parties.
Main Street.
Main Street.
The president's new proposals won't go down too well on Main Street.
Maintain.
Maintain.
Careers officers maintain contact with young people when they have left school.
Britain wants to maintain its position as a world power.
A lot depends on building and maintaining a good relationship with your customers.
The hotel prides itself on maintaining high standards.
How can we maintain control of spending? How can we maintain control of spending?
It is important to maintain a constant temperature inside the greenhouse.
This is the most efficient way to build up and maintain a reasonable level of physical fitness.
Critics maintain that these reforms will lead to a decline in educational standards.
He maintained his innocence and said the allegations were ridiculous.
The report found that safety equipment had been very poorly maintained.
The company is responsible for maintaining public telephone boxes.
How can you maintain a family on $900 a month?
Maisonette.
Maisonette.
Maitre d'.
Maitre d'.
Maze.
Maze.
Madge. Major John Wright.
Majestic.
Majestic.
This lovely village is surrounded by majestic mountain scenery.
Major.
Major.
There is a major problem with parking in London.
The loss of their goalkeeper through injury was a major setback for the team. The loss of their goalkeeper through injury was a major setback for the team.
He underwent major heart surgery recently. It could have sparked a major confrontation. It could have sparked a major confrontation.
Britain played a major role in the negotiations.
There are two major political parties in the U.S.
The government's major concern is with preventing road accidents.
Smoking is one of the major causes of cancer. The major developments in computer technology.
A major road. This is major. You got me out of bed for this. This is major. You got me out of bed for this. A symphony in D major.
Her major is history. She's a history major. Her major is history. She's a history major. He's majoring in political science.
The company is planning to major on offering the machines we need. The company is planning to major on offering the machines we need.
Majordomo.
Majordomo.
Majorette.
Majorette.
Major General.
Major General.
Majority.
Majority.
The majority of workers find it quite hard to live on the amount of money they earn. The majority of workers find it quite hard to live on the amount of money they earn. In the vast majority of cases, the disease is fatal.
In this city, Muslims are in the majority.
He won by a majority of 500.
The Labour Party won a huge majority at the last general election. The Labour Party won a huge majority at the last general election.
The government gained only a narrow majority, with 151 votes against 144.
The Labour majority was reduced to just 15 seats at the last election.
The committee takes decisions by majority vote.
The jury found him guilty by a majority verdict.
Alex Golding held a majority shareholding in Golding plc. He became a partner in the family firm on reaching his majority.
Majority leader.
Majority leader.
Majority rule.
Majority rule.
It took many years of struggle to establish majority rule in South Africa.
Major league.
Major league.
A major league pitcher. A major league player in California politics.
Major leagues.
Major leagues.
Majorly.
Majorly.
I was majorly upset, as you can imagine.
Make. Make.
I'm going to show you how to make a box for your tools.
A family of mice had made their nest in the roof. A family of mice had made their nest in the roof. A family of mice had made their nest in the roof.
She made her own wedding dress.
The company has been making quality furniture for over 200 years. The company has been making quality furniture for over 200 years.
They met while they were making a film. They met while they were making a film.
Make a list of all the things you need. He made her a toy horse using just some straw and bamboo twigs. Paper is made from wood.
A shirt made of silk.
She's very good at making things from old scraps of material.
Anyone can make a mistake.
I can't make a decision just yet.
I need to make a quick phone call.
You could have made more effort to talk to him.
He made no attempt to apologize.
Could I make a suggestion?
There are a few points I'd like to make.
The police were called, but no arrests were made.
I suppose we should make a start on cleaning this room.
Stop making such a fuss.
When was the last time you made a cake?
John was making breakfast in the kitchen.
Who's going to make the tea?
I'll make you some sandwiches.
Its beautiful beaches make this a highly popular area with tourists.
It was this movie which made him a star.
His attitude made him very unpopular with colleagues.
The photo makes her look much older than she really is.
I like him because he makes me laugh.
The use of computers has made it possible for more people to work from home.
Over 80,000 people attended, making it the biggest sporting event in the area.
The president has made it clear that he is not going to change his mind.
My parents always make me do my homework before I go out.
I was made to wait 4 hours before I was examined by a doctor.
Make a hole in the paper.
The cup has made a mark on the table.
If we run, we should make it.
With blood pouring from his leg, he made it to a nearby house. With blood pouring from his leg, he made it to a nearby house. With blood pouring from his leg, he made it to a nearby house.
He came to the U.S. and not only made it, but made it big. He came to the U.S. and not only made it, but made it big.
So far, relatively few women have made it to the top in the business world.
He was told he had no talent and would never make it as a professional singer.
England looked less likely to make it to the finals. How did anyone so stupid make it to manager? I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to make it on Sunday after all. Nice to see you. I'm glad you could make it.
Frank was very ill, and the doctors didn't think he'd make it. I couldn't have made it through those times without the support of my boyfriend. What time do you make it?
I make it 3:10.
I'm sorry I can't make Friday after all.
Will you be able to make the next meeting? He was never good enough to make the team.
I don't think we'll make the deadline. I don't think we'll make the deadline.
The plan could cost you more than you would make.
They made a profit of £140 million.
His one aim in life was to make money. His one aim in life was to make money.
She hopes to make a living from writing children's books. She hopes to make a living from writing children's books.
He's made a fortune selling computers on the internet. He's made a fortune selling computers on the internet.
How easy is it to make money out of gardening?
I'm sure you'll make a very good teacher.
The hall would make an ideal venue for a wedding reception. The hall would make an ideal venue for a wedding reception.
An old cardboard box makes a comfortable bed for a kitten. An old cardboard box makes a comfortable bed for a kitten. Can we have 2 cups of coffee, please? No, make that 3.
I hardly had any food in the house, so I just had to make do.
I usually make do with a cup of coffee for breakfast. For many people, make do and mend was a harsh reality.
I had to shout to make myself heard above the music.
2 and 2 make 4.
There are 9 people coming, plus me, which makes 10.
I make that $150 altogether.
Sari had made 92 by lunchtime.
She's now been made a full partner.
He was made mayor in 1998.
I tried to make believe she was happy, but knew deep down it wasn't true.
He makes like he never met me before. She made as if to speak, but then stopped.
I don't think we're going to make the town before nightfall.
News of their divorce made the headlines.
Critics can make or break a young performer. Critics can make or break a young performer.
I haven't a clue what's going on. That makes 2 of us. I haven't a clue what's going on. That makes 2 of us.
The hat makes the outfit. The hat makes the outfit.
Thieves made away with the contents of the safe.
I think it's time we made for home.
Both teams are on good form, which should make for a great game.
We can make your room into a study.
The movie made her into a star overnight.
I didn't know what to make of her.
What do you make of the idea?
I want to make something of my life.
She has the ambition and talent to make something of herself. We've only got 1 day in Paris, so we'd better make the most of it.
It would be a mistake to make too much of these findings. We decided to take a picnic and make a day of it.
The men made off as the police arrived.
The getaway car made off towards Horrocks Avenue.
The men made off as the police arrived.
The getaway car made off towards Horrocks Avenue.
Thieves broke into the school and made off with computer equipment worth £40,000. Thieves broke into the school and made off with computer equipment worth £40,000. He could just make out a dark shape moving towards him. He could just make out a dark shape moving towards him.
I couldn't make out what he was saying.
I couldn't make out what I had done to annoy her.
As far as I can make out, he has never been married.
Stuart's a strange guy. I can't make him out at all. She was making out a list of people to invite.
The book gives advice on making out a will.
Make the cheque out to Grays Limited.
The situation was never as bad as the media made out.
She always tried to make out that I was wrong and she was right.
He makes me out to be some sort of idiot.
We made out a case for hiring another assistant.
How did you make out this morning? The lawyers made out like bandits.
The Olympics can make sporting heroes out of previously little-known athletes.
He made over the whole estate to his son.
Redgrave has made herself over completely for her movie role. Redgrave has made herself over completely for her movie role.
She made towards the door.
Women make up only a small proportion of the prison population.
The committee is made up of representatives from every state.
I think they're making the whole thing up.
Nick made up a song about them.
When you're the boss, you can make up your own rules. I've given talks so many times that now I just make them up as I go along.
I can make up a bed for you on the sofa.
Can you make up a bottle of milk for the baby?
They made him up as an old man for the last act of the play.
One lucky winner will have the chance to be made up and photographed.
I saved as much as I could, and my parents made up the rest. I saved as much as I could, and my parents made up the rest.
The company will be forced to pay $6 million to make up the difference.
I'm trying to make up the time I lost while I was sick. Is it okay if I make the work up next week? Have you made up with Patty yet?
Oh, come on, why don't you just kiss and make up?
The dress had been made up to her exact requirements. The dress had been made up to her exact requirements.
I plan on making that material up into a dress. The team will be anxious to make up for a disappointing start to the season.
I don't eat breakfast, but I make up for it at lunch. The good days more than make up for the bad ones.
What Jay lacked in experience, he made up for in enthusiasm.
Caroline doesn't have a natural talent for music, but she makes up for it with hard work.
I'm sorry I was late. To make up for it, let me treat you to a meal.
We rehearsed all day Saturday to make up for lost time. Palin didn't travel much as a young man, but he certainly made up for lost time now.
I'll make it up to you somehow. I'll make it up to you somehow.
He was looking for a way to make up to her for what he had done.
He was a security guard before he was made up to reception manager. He was a security guard before he was made up to reception manager.
What make is your car?
It's one of the most popular makes of satellite phone on the market. It's one of the most popular makes of satellite phone on the market.
He was just a salesman on the make.